the big question that I think a lot of people have had, can Dogmeat die?
He cannot die.
Yes! Yes!
What is going on, Wastelanders? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, with another Fallout 4 video. So as you saw at the start of this video, Todd Howard confirmed that the dog in Fallout 4 cannot die. Now, for the sake of simplicity, let's call the dog Dogmeat, because that's what I'm going to be calling him anyways. So the dog cannot die, but he does go on to talk about some interesting mechanics where the dog can get incapacitated and you have to run over and jam a stim pack into the dog in order for the dog to get up and start attacking again and function normally. So it's not necessarily the dog is some macho, impenetrable animal. You know, the dog still has some weaknesses, can still get hurt, can still be incapacitated, but with all being said and done, it cannot actually die. Now, when I found this out, I wasn't necessarily jumping for joy. If any of you have watched me play Fallout 3 on stream on Twitch, you'll know that every time Dogmeat dies, I'll reload a save. That's fine, I'll do that because I want Dogmeat to be there, and even Todd Howard recognizes that in the interview. He says, you know, when Dogmeat dies in Fallout 3, no one just continues playing the game with that Dogmeat. They will inevitably reload a previous save where Dogmeat is actually alive. That's just something that pretty much everybody does. So in that sense, because I'm one of those people that will reload a save just so Dogmeat is alive, this feature where Dogmeat cannot die in Fallout 4 is beneficial to me because I don't have to keep reloading saves when Dogmeat dies. He would always just be there, and in terms of not having to constantly reload saves, the game is going to be a bit more seamless and a bit more immersive because I'm not being constantly taken out of the game when having to reload a save. By playing Devil's Advocate, it's not necessarily realistic that Dogmeat cannot die, because in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, you expect all of these crazy enemies, these powerful enemies, your super mutants, your synth strider, which is one of the new enemies, etc. You expect yourself to get hurt, you expect yourself to die, and ergo, you expect your companions to die in the form of Dogmeat. So the fact that Dogmeat cannot actually die kind of goes against realism, kind of goes against immersion in that sense, because it is essentially giving your dog unlimited life, which is not real in any sense at all. Now, to counter that, as I mentioned before, sometimes Dogmeat can get incapacitated, so you have to chuck a stim pack into him. But nevertheless, the dog can actually never die. And I'm sure that one of the first mods for Fallout 4 is going to be that Dogmeat can actually die, just so it's a bit more realistic. It at least adds that bit of tension, knowing that your loyal companion Dogmeat can actually die. And I think that's the particular quirk that people are looking for. They want to try and protect their dog because they know if they don't, then Dogmeat can die. And something that also popped into my head, because there are going to be multiple companions in the game, Todd Howard actually confirmed that. Does that also mean that the other companions can't die as well? If one of those companions is Codsworth, for example, how are you going to chuck a stim pack into him? Do you have to like rejig his electronics or something like that? What if Codsworth explodes? You know, there are questions to be asked with a feature like that, especially if it transfers to other companions, because then that definitely wouldn't make sense from a realism perspective. If you have a human companion that can't die, that doesn't really make sense when you yourself can die as the player. So there are still questions to be answered. At least for the most part, I'm sure people would be happy with the fact that Dogmeat can't die, but all I was trying to do in this video was play Devil's Advocate and say, well, there are counter arguments to that, but for one, I'm rather happy that Dogmeat can't die. If I ever stream Fallout 4 on Twitch, I'm not going to have to constantly reload saves to revive my beloved dog. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please put your thoughts in the comments below. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links to those pages are in the description below. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself. And as always, keep fighting the good fight.